Today we'll look at some of the homework problems in section 10.2 that deals with displaying data, part 1. The first problem is this: the stem and leaf plot on the right gives the weight in pounds of all 15 students in a junior high classroom. Use the plot to answer each question. In question A, they ask, list the weights of each student who weighs between 100 and 109 pounds. Okay, so here, this is our stem and leaf plot. On the left, the numbers on the left side of the vertical bar is your stem. The numbers on the right represent your leaves. And of course, they do give you a legend saying that 7 with a vertical bar and then 2 represents the number 72. And in this case, we're dealing with weights of students, so we're saying 72 pounds here. Okay, now, well, between the 100 and 109 pounds, that's going to be the stem of 10. Okay, and there are 3 numbers after that. So here we have a 10 with a 1 saying 101 pounds. And then a 10 with a 6, that's 106. And then a 10 with a 7, that says 107. Okay, that's how we read the stem and leaf plot. The 1, the 6, and the 7 represent the leaves for the stem of 10. So here there are 3 weights between 100 and 109 pounds, 106, 101, 106, and 107. Part B, what is the weight of the lightest student in the class? Okay, the lowest stem is the 7. And this is an ordered stem and leaf plot, so that means those leaves are in numerical order from least to greatest. So if the 7 is the lowest stem, then that means our lowest leaf will be 2, which represents 72 pounds. So the weight of the lightest student is 72 pounds. And part C, what is the weight of the heaviest student in the class? Okay, the largest stem is 11, and the largest leaf for the stem of 11 is 7. So it'll be 117 or 117 pounds. So the heaviest student in that particular junior high classroom is 117 pounds. Okay. Now let's look at the next problem. Here we have a bar graph. And this is a bar graph, by the way, because if you look at the horizontal axis, we have the months of the year. And that's considered to be qualitative data or categorical data. The figure at the right shows a bar graph of the rainfall in centimeters during the last school year. And here we got 2 parts. Part A, which month had the most rainfall and how much did it have? Okay, so looking at this particular bar graph, we can see the one with the tallest bar is the one that had the most rainfall. In this case, it's the month of November. Okay, so we say that November had the most rainfall. And then the question is, how much did it have? Now, by looking at this may be hard to see, but that bar is not quite at 30. Okay, so we can say that it's pretty much at 29 centimeters. So the amount of rainfall during the month of November would be 29 centimeters. Okay. Part B, how much total rain fell in December, January, and February? Okay, here's December up here. And I'm going to say December had approximately 28 centimeters of rainfall. January I'm going to say had 11. Actually, I'm going to say 12. Okay, I made a correction here. December, actually I'm going to say 23. December had 23 centimeters of rainfall. January had 12, and February had approximately 14 centimeters. So if you add 23 and 12 together, you're going to get 35. 35 plus 14 is 49. So in this case here, the total amount of rain that fell in December, January, and February would be 49 centimeters. Okay. So you want to make sure that you read those bars very carefully. All right, the next problem. A company employs 20 people whose ages are listed on the right. And these are the ages here. There are 20 of them. Answer the following questions from the information given on the list. Here you want to choose the correct stem and leaf plot below. Okay, so by looking at this, the lowest number is going to be a 21. So we know the lowest stem is going to be a 2. The highest, I see a 61 and a 62 and a 63. So 63 is the highest stem, the highest number. So the 6 will be your stem. So the way we do this, our stems will be from 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we list the leaves according to each one of those stems. Here I see a 21, and a 27, and a 22. And also I see 29, and 27. And also 23 as well. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So in this case here, the 21 will go first. I'm doing this in order from least to greatest. Then 22. There is a 23. There are two numbers that are 27, so I do have to write down the leaf of 7 2 times, and then 29, which will be a 9. Those are the leaves for the stem of 2. Now for 30, in this case here, I do see a 31, a 32, and that's it. Oh, also a 37. So there are actually 3 numbers in the 30s. So 31 goes first, then 32 and 37. So we say 1, 2, and 7 are your stems for the are your leaves for the stem of 3. And then for 40s, I see 41, a 43, and 2 49s, and a 45. So now we got 41, so that leaf is 1. Another leaf for the 4 will be 3, and a 45, and 2 49s. So a 9 and a 9. And then for the 50s, I see 53 and 53. 2 of them, so I write down the 3 twice. And also for the 60s, I see a 61, a 62, well, a couple of 61s, a 62, and a 63. And make sure you count all your leaves to see that there are 20 of them. So here, this is 6, 9, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Okay, 9, 14, 15, 16, there are 20. Okay. So in this case here, it would be this answer choice right here. Okay. So basically, if you have less than the number of items that you're supposed to have in that list, that means that you're missing one of your leaves. Like this one right here is missing a 1. Okay. The next question, are more employees in their 40s or in their 30s? Okay, the 30s have only 3, the 40s have 5, so there are more people in their 40s than in their 30s. How many employees are younger than 40 years old? Okay, so we have to count up those employees that are in their 20s and in their 30s. So here this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 employees that are younger than 40 years old. And what percentage of people are 60 years or older? In this case, there are 4 people that are in their 60s. So that's 4 out of 20. Now you can do 4 divided by 20 on the calculator. You're going to get 0.2. And to change a percent to a decimal, we move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And that will give you 20%. So 20% of the employees are 60 years or older. Problem number 4. Okay, here we have another bar graph. 5 coins are tossed 59 times. The distribution for the number of heads obtained is shown in the following data. Draw a bar graph for that data. Well, actually, you're going to choose the correct bar graph for that data. So in this case here, we see at 0 there, the frequency there is 2. And for 1, the frequency is 8. So we know answer A would not be the correct one, because this bar at 1 is going to be up close to 20. So let's look at answer B. The 1 is close to the 10, so that would be it. The 2 heads means the frequency is 18. This would work. 3, it's almost close to 20. And for 4, that's at 10. And for 5, that's at 2. So choice B would be the correct bar graph. Problem number 5. On the right are the amounts in dollars paid by 20 students for textbooks during the fall term. And you want to complete parts A through C below. And in this case here, you're going to draw an ordered stem and leaf plot to illustrate the data. Okay, so in this case here, already you have your stems, you just want your leaves. Now for the 2, which is 20s, we have 21, a 26, a 27, a 28, and a 27. So in this case here, we put the 21 first. And then next will be 20. I'm missing a 24 there, so that goes second. And then 26. And 2 data values, so 27. So the leaf of 7 will be written twice. And then 28 will be the 8 for your leaf for the stem of 2. Now for the 30s, I want to select numbers that are in the 30s. In this case here, it's a 36. And another 36. So in this case here, I write the 6 twice for the stem, for the leaf with the stem of 3. And then the 40s, looking at this, it's a 41, it's a 44, a 47, and that's it. So I have a 1, a 4, and a 7 as leaves for the stem of 4. And then for the 50s, I want those values that are in the 50s. Well, a 51, 53, 55, 58, and another 58. Okay, so in order, the 51 goes first. Then we got the 53. Then we got the 55. And we got two data values for 58. So we'll write the 8 as the leaf twice for the stem of 5. And then finally the 60s. Okay, well, we got 61, a 66, a 64, and another 61. So here we got two 61s, so we write down the 1 twice. Then a 64, we write down the 6 twice, just the once. So in this case here, the 1146. So this is your complete ordered stem and leaf plot to illustrate this particular data. Now part B is to construct a grouped frequency table for the data. And you're going to fill in the correct frequencies in the following frequency table based on that data. Now, for the dollars, that's 10 through 19. Well, there are no data values that are between 10 and 19, so here we put a 0 here. 20 to 29, there's 6. As you can see there, there's 6 data values from these leaves. 30 to 39, there are only 2. 40 to 49, there are 3. 50 to 59, there are 5. And of course, 60 to 69 will be 4. So you're just filling in the missing boxes for this frequency table. And then part C, you're going to draw a bar graph for that data. Okay, so you want to select the one graph that fits this frequency distribution or frequency table. Okay, for 20 to 29, it should be up to 6. And it looks like this one would be it. But let's check the rest of them. 30 to 39 was 2. 40 to 49 was 4. No, I'm sorry, there's 3. 50 to 59, that's 5. And 60 to 69 was 4. So answer C would be it. Okay, problem number 6. The bar graph at the right shows the income from summer jobs for 6 students at a high school. Estimate the income of the following students. And you want to find out approximately how much did Mary make. Here's Mary. And we see this bar goes out to here. And it's past $1,500. Now keep in mind that the horizontal axis is in $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000. So it can't be A. Now we're going to say here, if it's past 1,500, it's not close to it's not going to be 1,500 because it's past 1,500. It's not 1,900 because it's not close to 2,000. So we can say 1,700. So approximately, Mary made $1,700. And part B, approximately how much did George make? Well, we know it can't be $37, which is answer A, so we can eliminate that. Okay, here's George. It's past 3,500, so we know it's not answer B. It's not close to 3,900 because it's not 3,900 because the bar is not close to 4,000, so it must be 3,700. So George made approximately $3,700. Okay, so this should assist you with that homework in section 10.2.